So guys, in this video we are going to take a look at this list. So these lists are denoted by square brackets, and these are used to store some elements in that list. So these are used to store some elements like subject marks or groceries or some kind of things that come in one particular category, or you can also store different categories. So if you want to say store books, you can define books is equals to and the available books in the market or in your store. So this is just helpful for long items, and if you have more than 10 or 20 items, you can just prepare one list and you can refer to the same category. And to define the elements in the list, what I want to do is I want to say 1, and I need to put the comma between the elements 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. So now this is my list, and in the same way as we have accessed the elements of the string using the index, we can access the each and every element using this index. So before that, first let me print out this L, and we'll see what output is look like. And you can see it's this exact representation of the list. Let me say type of and as you can see it says class list. So you can also define the length of this list, which is the 5, and you can get the answer 5. So it defines number of elements in the list. As you can see, there are 5 elements, we got the answer 5. Now this list can also store some multiple data types. So up to now we have stored integers 1 2 3 4 5, and now if I put the comma, and I can also store my name. So this is the string, and I can also store Sai. So you can also store multiple data types in the same list. If you are coming from another programming language, this list is called array, and you can store only one data type in that array. If you declare an array of the type integer, you can only store the integer elements in that. You cannot store string or float. So let me go ahead and print this list and see what it looks like. And there you can see Naga and Sai has been added there. And I told you can access the elements using this index, the same square brackets. I need to say 0. L of 0 gives the first element. And there you see you got the 1. If I say L of 2, you will get the third element, which is 3. And if I say L of minus 1, you will get the last element, which is I. And you can also reverse the list using the same method, is to minus 1, which gives from minus 1 to minus this one. If I run this, we can see the list has been reversed. You can see Sai and the 1A at the last. And there is also a method called reverse. And as you can see, I have typed RE. The Visual Studio Code has been telling me there are these methods available with starting with RE. Let me type reverse, and there is no arguments needed for this reverse. Let me type, enter this, run this. So we have got none. So what's this actually doing is, it's a particular method which will modify the same list. So you need to call this as a separate function, and then you need to print L. So as you can see, now the list has been reversed. So you can add some data to the list. You can append to the data at the end. Append generally appends at the end of the list. Let's say Nikhil. And now let's go ahead and print the whole list. And as you can see, Nikhil got appended at the last. Or else you can also insert at the some particular index, and you need to say I want to append at starting, and then I want to specify the element I want to insert. Now as you can see, Nikhil has been inserted at the 0th index, that is the first position, and then remaining elements have been shifted rightwards. So you can also get the index number of the element. Let's say Naga. So this is the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th index. So you will get the answer 5. Sorry. And you can also assign this value to a variable, let's say C, and I'm going to print this. So I will get the answer 5. Now you can also count the elements of this list. If I have some repetitive values, I can just say L dot count of, I need to specify the value which I want to find the repetitive, how many number of times it has been repeated. So I will get 2 because there are 2 Nagas in this list. And we also see the string concatenation. Let's say this one has list 1, and let's say this list has list 2. And before that, first we will see how to copy the list. And you can say L2 is equals to L1, but if we change any modifications, if we change any elements of this list 1, it will affect the list 2 because it's just a pointing to the list 1, but it's not an actual copy. So what you want to do is you need to say L1 dot copy. So now these L1, L2 are the different lists. Now what I can do is I can just say L1 dot append of, let's say, temp. So I am going to add some element of the list 1, but it will not reflect in the list 2. So now I am going to print those 2 lists to see the difference. Let's say L2. Let us run this. Now as you can see, we have added the temp to the list 1 but not list 2 because list 2 has a different copy of this whole list. So if you want to append it to list 2, you need to say L2 dot append. So you can also print like this, L1 plus L2. It will join those 2 lists. So as you can see, it has joined the 2 lists, and you can just assign these 2 lists to separate list. So I think that's all about the list. We have covered some basic and the most used methods of this list.